Shalom, shalom, shalom. All honor, praise, and glory be to Yahweh Bashim Shah, Wahakadash Wakah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the brothers teaching the truth across the four corners of the earth where we have been scattered to due to the breaking of the covenant, a deal made by our forefathers with the Most High, who people call God ignorantly. All right, and to the rest of you believers out there, you women and children, and friends of the prophets of the Israelite nation, which consists of the so-called blacks, aka Negroes, and so-called Hispanics and Native American Indians. To you, I say peace and blessings as well, if you're out there proving that faith by your works. All right. So this is episode 2, and and something new that I'm doing right now. I will stand upon my watch. And so with that being said, that's how I like to start this right now. So with that being said, this is how I like to start this. This is Habakkuk 1, 2, and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. This is what the High wants, and this is what requires for me and for the benefit of us all. It says, and the Lord answered me, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. All right. So going into it, I don't know what I'm gonna start with. I guess I'll start with this first. This is I'm gonna try to make this quick because the first episode I did of this, I'm gonna try to make this quick because the first episode I did this was cut short. It was pretty edifying to me. You know, I feel like it would be beneficial by the Spirit. But Esau, Satan, cut it short. I don't know if they're gonna put the remaining of it up. If you would like to see it, it's like 11 minutes of it. I went into all 3 topics, which are all different articles, and very important things relating to important news that is relevant in the correlation of prophecy, in which we're watching for when our Lord Yahweh shall come back. So you know what? I think I want to start with this. No, I don't want to start with this. Let's get to Google this. So you can see the title. There's a few things we're gonna go into. We're gonna go into Google, which we have right here. Google is giving data to police based on search keywords. Court docs show. So, you know, brothers been doing for years, you know, lessons and making mention and blowing the trumpet on how martial law's coming, how they're going to be rounding people up, and etc. Now, because I'm gonna go back, this was just the title is you know, consists of a bunch of emojis or whatever, but you should be able to read between the lines just so I can get the live started. But nonetheless, Google data on prophets. Google data on prophets/Israelites. Right? This would be likened unto the famine of the prophets, because when you go on to read this article, if it comes up, let me cut my internet off, so make sure this don't go off. It's a lot. It's a lot. All right. I don't know when it's gonna come up, but anyway, go ahead and go into it. It says, court records in an arson case showed that Google gave away data on people who searched for a specific Shalom, brother. Shalom. Court records in the arson case showed that Google gave away data on people who search for a specific address. So you know everybody's watching for us, which it tells us is going straight to it, so we don't waste any time. Let's see, what's that? Second Ezra 16. and 62. So yeah, and the spirit of the Almighty God, which made all things and searcheth out all hidden things. You see, that's why these things is coming to light. That's why these things are coming to light, because the Lord is searching out all hidden things and the secrets of the earth. And how is he doing that? It tell you right here. This is Zephaniah, because this is true. This is the true doctrine. Zephaniah 10. Matter of fact, 2 and 12. Let me see. No, Salakia 1 and 12. Yep. Zephaniah 1 and 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles. Right? And that's likened unto the prophets. Or the prophets, they the ones that hold the light. You know, it says, and punish the men that are settled upon their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Now, let's go ahead and back that up real quick. Let's see. Philippians 2 and 15. It says, Philippians 2 and 15, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. So us in this truth, we're the light of the world, man. Starting with the prophets, the apostles and the elders and the prophets on down, you know, we're the lights. So going back to 2nd Ezra 16 and 62. So that's how he's searching everything out right now. All right. So what's been discovered? You know, that these dang devils, Google giving data away to police based on search keywords. Court docs show, man. You see, court records in a arson case show that that Google gave away data on people who search for a specific address. You see, because they searching us searching. You know, which the scriptures tell us. This is Psalm 64 and 4. It says 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of land snares privately. They say, who shall see them? You see, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. You see, both the inward thought of every one of them is deep. Now, go ahead and go into this article. Google is providing information to police based on what people are searching for. You see, like IP addresses. Let me read that again. Google is providing information to police based on what people are searching for. And what's the main thing they looking for? And which people in these days are searching for? You know what? Since I said that, by the Spirit, since I said that, let me get Daniel 12 and 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words of the book, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. He shall run to and fro. Time of knowledge being increased. So knowledge is the thing. Knowledge is the thing, right? Revelation is the thing. Google is providing information to police based on what people are searching for. And what people searching for? Knowledge, man. Right? And what people specifically we talking about? You Israelites, man. Those awakening, including data like IP addresses. You see, there are few things as revealing as a person's search history, and police typically need a warrant on a known suspect to demand that sensitive information. So in order for them to get information on you, they got to have a warrant, right? The court, they got to get a court order in order to, you know, violate a person. And what you tell us right here, this is Isaiah 10:1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, right? When you go into that word decree, bear with me 1 second. When you go into that word decree, Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. When you go into that word decree, it say right here, decree. Alright. Decree, to cut out, let's see, govern. Okay, let's see, something decreed. Right? Lawgiver, to be inscribed. Okay, appoint, decree. Right? So they're appointed to be able to go in and get what they need on the person due to the lawgiver, the judge, the fake judge of the earth, giving it to them. See, to cut into, to hack. You know, I show you that on that movie American Gangster, with Richie finally got the dang, I believe that was his name, who Russell Crowe played, when he finally got the warrant. What are they hacking dude's door with? They knocked on the door and they knew, like, see, people know their rights. I ain't trying to veer too much off, and I ain't trying to go into other things too much, or to go too deep into it, but people know their rights. Simply, you can't come in someone's house unless you got a warrant, right? Search warrant. Then the warrant is specified because it's a decree in which the lawgiver appoints for the person who comes with the warrant to be able to do to the person that they will be bringing it to. So if you really know your rights, you're gonna be like, well, so-called rights, right? Because really, we don't have any rights being Israelites, but you do so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. But if they got a warrant, they really can't come in, right? To do, you need to know what they coming in to do. What kind of warrant is this? You see that? So that's why, ironically, it says to cut into, to hack. And that's what you seen on the movie American Gangster. He knocked on the door, and they knew they was gonna close the door. Because basically, if I don't get the warrant, if I don't have acknowledgement of the warrant, you can't come in. So that's why when he knocked on the door, he opened it. He knew the game. Like, yo, if he don't take it and read it, I can't come in. So what he do? When he knocked on the door, dude opened it and he threw the warrant in, and he closed it. And then they start hacking the door. You see? They start cutting into the door. But anyway, they say, so that's that. And then when you go to right here, it says to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. They don't have a right to be given information out on us because we're looking up certain things. Because this is what this really tying into. At the end they said at the end times, knowledge is going to increase, man. So we finding out about how crooked they are, who we are, what they've been lying about. What's really about to happen? Is the coronavirus real or fake? Are they trying to chip people? You see? And then they really want to get the profits because we're going into deep things in our search engines. You see? We're going much deeper in the surface. So eventually, what they're going to want to do is, they're gonna want to put it into us, man. They're gonna want to put it into you, men. It says, by coming to get you. You see, that's the thing they searching for, man. I mean, the Lord willing, not making sense, but it says to turn aside from the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. Who's the Lord's people? You Israelites. That widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. That's the situation that just happened with Breonna Taylor, man. They showing up to everybody's door. How are they doing this, though? It ain't like nobody, we ain't in the times of people and all this other crap. You know what I'm saying? You see? While you Googling everything, it says to police, but we fear the Lord. We're going to keep Googling it up until it's time to get up out of here, man. So this is just to put you brothers and sisters on the word for this, man, because I ain't gonna keep going into this too much. It says Google is providing information to police based on what people are searching for, including data like IP addresses. There are a few things as revealing as a person's search history, and police typically need a warrant on a known suspect to demand that sensitive information. So not only you need a warrant to demand the sensitive information that you want to have on somebody that you want to invade, and that's really you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You blacks, aka Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. It says, and they have to be a known suspect. So what are we getting into the times where this to show you, because this going on talking about R. Kelly. You know what? Let me read the rest of this. In August, police arrested Michael Williams, an associate of singer and accused sex offender R. Kelly, for allegedly setting fire to a witness car in Florida. Investigators linked Williams to the arson. Right, let's get that word arson real quick, if we can. I don't think we can get it. Matter of fact, just for the edification out there, because when you come here, the job is to, go into, critical news that's in correlation to prophecy, and also things that can edify the body, man. So this is just for edification's sake, because I don't want to give my own broken down conclusion of what an arson is. Let's get it according to, as the Lord said, knowledge. See, knowledge is going to increase. So Lord willing, this is edifying, man. This is arson in the American Heritage Dictionary. 1 second. Bear with me. Arson. Okay, here we go. Arson. Let's see. Arson. It says the crime of willfully setting fire to buildings or other property. So that's what arson is. It's just talking about the crime of willfully setting fire to buildings or other property. So it says in August, police arrested Michael Williams, an associate of singer and accused sex offender R. Kelly, for allegedly setting fire to a witness's, car in Florida. Investigators linked Williams to the arson, right, as well as witness tampering, after sending a search warrant to Google that requested information on users who had searched the address of the residence close in time to the arson. So this is how they done took it further from getting jakes that's indicting themselves on Facebook, man. Google is doing it. It said these people after sending a search warrant to Google that requested information on users, because that's a warrant. The warrant grants you access to certain sensitive information, as it said. And the sensitive information they wanted was legally was information on users who searched the address where the car obviously was, right, and which belonged to the witness of R. Kelly. But anyway, it says in close time to when it happened. It says the July court was unsealed on Tuesday. Detroit News report Robert Snell tweeted about the filing after it was unsealed. Anyway, court documents showed that Google provided IP addresses of people who searched for the arson's victim's address. That's crazy. You see that? So they can tie you to That's how they gonna round up a lot of. You can see how they gonna do it, man. This is how they gonna round a lot of so-called Native American Indians, Negroes, and Hispanics up, man. And the profits. They really want to get the profits, man. It says which investigators tied to a phone number. You see, who searched for the arson victim's address. You see, because they can probably you can find out pretty much anything on the internet. And the police, law enforcement understand these things, so they use it to their advantage too. So it's like a gift and a curse in the same breath, because it's cursing the so-called white man to bring it down his kingdom, but it's also gonna be used to pretty much collect simple Israelites out here, man. That's not taking this thing serious, man. This is serious. This is related to prophecy. I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna show you. It says police then used the phone numbers records to pinpoint. You see, because they got the IP address to the phone. So it say police then used the phone number records to pinpoint the location of Williams' device near the arson, according to court documents. The warrant sent to Google is still sealed. The original warrant sent to Google is still sealed, the original warrant, but the report provides another example of a growing trend of data requests to the search engine giant, in which investigators demand data. You see, in which the investigators demand data. So they want to, don't you think the dude, let's just say hypothetically, if Vocab Malone wanted to take it a step further and put it into the awakening, right? Try to attempt to put it into to the awakening, hypothetically saying this, right? He could just collect information, you see, using this same method, but not even throwing him in it. Law enforcement gets involved, man. It's time, okay, we're gonna do, you see what I'm saying? It says, in which investigators, they say they seeing a growing trend of data requests, man, to the search from Google. You can request data from Google, and they saying it's coming from investigators on a law. It's saying which investigators demand data on a large group of users. You see, a large group of users rather than a specific request on a single suspect. And what do they call us? A group, a cult, a movement. This keyword warrant evades the Fourth Amendment checks on police surveillance. Yeah, because these people hypocrites, man. They liars. You see? Let me go ahead and that shit. This is pretty heavy, man. This is tough. I didn't think it was gonna go this far. It says let's see. This keyword warrant evades the Fourth Amendment checks on police surveillance. Said Albert Fox Khan, the executive director of the Surveillance Technology Oversight Project. When a court authorizes a data dump of every person who searched for a specific term, like Hebrew Israelites, or Yahweh Shah, or Yahweh, or Edom, or Edomites, or Amalek, or fake Jews, or something like that. You see what I'm saying? The second coming or something, man. They say when a court authorizes a data dump, you see, of every person who searched for a specific term or address, it is likely unconstitutional. But these people, man, they don't care, man. They do. That's why this is coming out. You see, the Lord said he was gonna reveal. This is how these people get out, man. They liars, because they basically telling you it's a bunch of unconstitutional stuff going on, because they liars. So they wrote, in God we trust and all this stuff. They don't trust in the Most High. The keyword warrants are similar to geofence warrants, in which police make requests to Google for data on all devices logged in at a specific area in time. Google received 15 times more geofence warrant requests in 2018 compared with 2017 and 5 times more in 2019 rather than 2018. So this is a growing trend. As it says, the rise in reverse requests from police have troubled Google staffers. You see, according to internal emails, because the elites is behind all this type of stuff, man. It says Google said Thursday that it works to protect the privacy of its users while also supporting law enforcement. We require a warrant and push to narrow the scope of these particular demands when overly broad, including by objecting in court when appropriate. Google's Director of Law Enforcement and Information Security, Richard Salgado, said in a statement, these data demands represent less than 1% of total warrants overall legal demands for user data that we currently receive. You see, so that's crap, man. The company declined to disclose how many keyword warrants it's received in the last 3 years. You see? So with this being said, hey, man, you got to know this. All this was set up to bring forth prophecy. He said the end times knowledge was going to increase, but it's a price to pay for these things, man. You know, it truly is. So they lying. They gonna see. First they said they was with. It's so much, man. It's so much. Let me see. The wicked. And they gonna use this for us, man. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as. So they didn't go astray. They didn't go astray once they signed the Constitution and broke it. These people were wicked when they made it, man. And it says right here how it actually goes, right? Psalms 58:3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You see? Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. This is talking about so-called white man, man. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ears. You see, they snakes that don't want to hear nothing, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Oh, could you? Cause that's why the scriptures say when one is bitten, see, break their teeth, oh God, in their mouth, break out the great teeth of the young lion. Cause teeth, it goes into your words, it goes into their strength, and their words is what? Their laws, and their laws is what? Their strength, man. You see? There's certain power, man, behind having teeth. You see? That's why when you see certain animals getting ready to fangs, man. Soon as, you know, certain animal, you know, get ready to have a face off, maybe a wolf. You have certain animals that when they face off, they show their power by showing their teeth. You see? Because they know what teeth represent, man. Strength. And strength, and with for you know, the so-called white man, it's his actual his legislation, his hypocrisy, man. That's why the scriptures say right here. So it says they like the deaf adder, they snakes that don't hear, man. And they not gonna hearken to the voice of charmers. So it don't matter. You try to get on the so-called their good side. It say that they not gonna pity you, man. They're not gonna hear you out, man. Man, y'all can't. Y'all go try to have a damn. You try to go have a dang. You know, people always want to march about something. They say which into the voice of charmers and charming never so wisely, because it's stupid. Because they don't listen. See, that's not wise. Why would you talk to somebody that can't hear? You talk to somebody that can't hear? No, that's not the application of what you know. You know they can't hear, but yet you talking to them. So that's why I say it's charming never so wisely. This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 12 and 13. Who will pity a charmer? You see, that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as cometh not wild beast. You sitting up here playing with the rattlesnake. Nobody cried when the crocodile hunter got bit, man, and died. You better leave these people alone and just know what it is, man. So it ain't telling you to get off Google. It's just to understand this is how we're going to see all these prophecies kick off, which I'm going to go ahead and get into and move into the next article. You know, you look this up yourself. This is let's see. So let's start at like 65. This is second in the Apocrypha 16. Second Ezra in the Apocrypha 16 and 67. Behold, God himself is the judge. Fear him. You see? Don't worry about they record the court. If the judge give a warrant, grant a warrant, Google grants the warrant to give information out on you, because they could just find out where you at. You see? Don't you think Edomites read these articles? They know they can. That guy, he cut. Saying you ain't got to. They just, they identify you, and then eventually they learned that this is just who so-called blacks, Negroes, and Hispanics and Native American Indians just actually are. So it don't matter if you're in the truth or not. Which this chapter goes on to tell you. This is who we are. And we're just, putting it on. You got some of us that's just putting it on, and you got the leaders, the gates, the prophets, the apostles, the prophets, the teachers, man, stand-up women, if you will, that's standing forefront and putting this knowledge for our nation out here, man, through the internet, through Google. See how this is how knowledge is increasing. This is second Ezra 16 and 67. Behold, God himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall God lead you forth and deliver you from all your trouble, from all trouble. You see? So all we got to do is just keep faith in him, man. We ain't got to worry about if they're going to come and get us or come and get you. If he come and get you, it's of the Lord, man. Just deal with it. But anyway, verse 68, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. That's the Edomite nation. That's the, starting with the Amalekites and the rest of these heathens, because they know we about to take their power, man. They're about to come down. Their power doesn't weigh up with our power. Our power source, because our power is the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. It says, Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, who is the so-called white man, right, Esau, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So it take a minute to get, let me see. It takes a minute to get a warrant, pushed out. You see, knowledge increased in such a way to where you can get it done through the internet and the Lord set that up by means. You can get a warrant now through the internet, man. You can get sensitive information on people through the internet. Google can get information. What IP address searched Israelites? And they got your IP address, they can find you, man. All your phone is a tracking device. You see? Anyway. So for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude. They found out they going into slavery. You cut them. They already hated you they always knew who you were in a certain sense, but now they seeing it now, because we're in the end. Esau world is ending, man. And they shall take away certain of you. How they gonna do it? That's what a warrant brings you. You see? Brings you to possibly being taken away. You on your damn couch. They done found where you at. You see what I'm saying? So you got to just be aware of these things, man. Being idle with things offered unto them, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. Because they just realize this is just who the so-called Native American Indians, Hispanics, and so-called Negroes are, man. No matter if they're wearing the fringes or teaching or not, man. They gonna get you and reproach and trot it underfoot. For they shall be in every place, and for there shall be in every place, and in the cities, and in the city, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. You see, that's how they gonna be. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. You see, it say, for they shall waste and take them away, and take away their goods, and cast them out of their house, out of their houses. You see, how they gonna do that? By the Google giving police data, man. And that's the main way this nation is being rebuilt, according to what was given to our ancestor, our prophet, the prophet Daniel, man. See that? That's heavy. He told him to seal up the book until the end. He said, in the end shall knowledge be increased, man. He said, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Now I got a couple more on this so I can move on. This is Amos 8 and 11. The next article is going to be pretty quick. It say, behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. You see? Why? Because we realizing this. Like, damn, because the Lord going to make it to where we have to stop. Because look, they search in the last hour. When you see, he probably just going to put a spirit on all the men he want to not be delivered up, to probably damn near get rid of your phone and not search nothing no more. And they won't find you because it probably, you see, because they do it, and they did it. If you go back and you read that article or you rewind the video, in the closest time to the arson, you see, they probably just want to get who searched. We just gonna start with, let's get whoever did in the last hour. You see what I'm saying? But if you didn't in the last hour, they might not even go back before that. They might just go forward. You see? That's why you want to be in this thing, becoming seasoned, understanding what it's actually about, man. Because he said knowledge and wisdom gonna be the stability of our times. This is Isaiah 33 and 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. You see? Holding you down, keeping you firm. And the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. And then it tells him, Yahushua himself, Matthew 11 and 24, it says, no, it's what is that? Matthew let's see. It's been a minute. I can't even think off the top of my head right now. Salaki. Alright. Of course they're gonna act like they don't know what I'm talking about. Seven. It is 7. I went to 11. Salaki. Alright, Matthew 7. And doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock, and the rain descended, you know, and the floods came. Them floods is talking about, see, those police, man, stormtroopers, you know, etc. The FEMA camp people. It says, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, you know, when they come in to kick that door down, man. And then the house is actually talking about you. It says, and it fell not, because they might get you, interrogate you, but you got you don't heard the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which are able to keep you stable. Because he had, with it comes the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. What is supposed to come, the application of that knowledge, which is wisdom. That's why I say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. You see, just because you don't fold, the Lord will give you the spiritual power. You break out, or they hit you, it doesn't hurt. You just suffer it because the Lord went through it. You see, or they might put you to death, but you know you coming right back. You don't fold. And then in the flip side, when they beat upon that door, the Lord had you going already. because you seen this article or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, hey, the Lord, he said he made the foolish things. He chose the foolish things, the small things. It's like, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. So that's pretty much it on that. So he said, and at that time they gonna know who are my chosen. And I want to get this real quick. This is let me just pull this up real quick. Let's see. Pilgrim. So this, I'll move on to the next article, and that'll be it. You see, this second Ezra's. See, it's in the same chapter. 40. Oh my people, second Ezra 16 and 40. Oh my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. That's why he said, set your house in order, man, yourself. And then those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So you already know they coming to get us. You see? That's why he told us in, what's that, Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and the glory and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. You see? So we already know they coming, man. And that's how they gonna do it. You see it. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, man. You see? So we straight, man. So the Lord willing, that's been you know, you want to watch out for that, because this is serious, man. Like this is crazy. You know, you can search this article to come up. Google is giving data to police based on search keywords. Court docs show. So, you know, and I'm gonna get one more on that. This is Obadiah 1 and I think 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things saw up? You see, with these candles, with the men of the Lord, man. See, we see what you devils doing, man. So moving on. All right, this is gonna be the next article. We're gonna go ahead and go into. I was gonna go into this, but it's too. Probably later, maybe. Some pretty much going into Russia. They got a new nuke, man. Russia got a whole new nuke, and it's unstoppable, man. See if I can find it. Let's see. See now, you know what? I think it. Nah, it wasn't on there. Salakia, let me see. I got to it on here. That's not it. Salakia, bear with me 1 second. You know what? Let's do it like this. Yeah, so Russia, they got a new nuke that goes 6,000 miles per hour, man. That's it right here. Salakia. Yeah, that's exactly it. So tech, this is going nuclear. Russian military successfully tests terrifying. You see, note that word terrifying. Terrifying 6,000 miles per hour hypersonic nuke to too fast. It says too fast to block, man. Now watch this. Real quick. Let's go to this. Because I kind of went into this in the first episode, you know, but Esau say, man. All right, let's see. This is Isaiah. Let me see. Isaiah 54 and 16. Isaiah 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith. Now, what is a smith, man? It says that bloweth the coals in the fire. You see? Because really, when you break it down, it tell you in the scriptures that the people are going to be made fuel for the fire, man. You see? You're going to blow these people back, and those nukes create fire, man. You see? It says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Because these are talking about nuclear bomb technicians, if you will, that are hired to bring forth nuclear detonation, nuclear catastrophe, right? So they bring forth the nuke that will get it done, man. And I have created the waster to destroy. Because when you go into that, so the Lord is behind the nuclear missiles, man. He gives men the brains and the spirit, you know, the understanding to be able to do it. Because when you go into that word, Smith is an artificer. And when you look up artificer, I believe I went into this on the previous episode. See, master artificer, masters of unlocking magic in everyday objects. You see, how can you be the Lord gives you that spirit, man. Artificers are supreme inventors. So the most supreme invention is that nuclear bomb, obviously, because the smith is called an artificer, and those are people who are masters at unlocking everyday inventions, and they're supreme inventors, man. You see, skillful to destroy, which is what the Lord is going to bring. Destruction, man. Utter chaos by nuclear. He gonna bring that flood by fire, man. And he's using these men he gave certain understanding to work for the Russian military. The kingdoms on the earth have, you know, men with that same, you know, of that same echelon of understanding to bring forth that instrument for his work. For whose work? For the Most High's work, man. You see? It ain't for damn Vladimir Putin, a fabricator of any material. You see? Then when you go into it, look, artificer. So it's people who can, they put things together, man, and they get how to do it on a supreme level. It says an artificer of iron, brass, stone, wood. You see? You see, artificer of destruction. So when you go back to this, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth the instrument for his work. You see, what's the instrument, man? That killing instrument, that ultimate sword that's going to be bathed in heaven, because it's going to be flying through the heavens, man. You see, the wet heavens, if you will. Outer space is wet. It's certain when you fly up to the damn like you get, it's certain moisture like a dew in the heavens, man. First heaven and the second heaven. But anyway, so now knowing that, right? That's how you think this is Psalms 66 and I believe 5. Matter of fact, yeah, come and see the works of God. You see the works of the Heavenly Father. He is terrible in his doing. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. You see, he turned the sea into dry land. You see, they went through the flood on foot. There did we rejoice with them. You see, it say he ruleth by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. You see, let not the rebellious exalt themselves. You see, so the Lord is terrible, man. This is Psalms. He is terrible in his work. Let's see. Psalms 40. It might be 43. No, it's Salakia. It's 47. Yep, 47. Verse 3. No, verse 2. It says, Psalms 47 and 2. For the Lord, Yahweh, Most High, is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. So that's how the Lord is terrible, man. And that's pretty much it, man. One more I did want to get, but it's all good. I'll come back to it. So going back into this now. Shalakin. See? So who tested that terrifying missile, man? You see, Russian military successfully tests terrifying 6,000 miles per hour hypersonic nuke, too fast to block. See, Russia has successfully tested and unstoppable. You see? You already know I'm gonna go. You know, this is Ecclesiastes 3 and 14. If this comes up, Ecclesiastes 3 and 14. So the Lord's behind these nuclear missiles because He's gonna destroy America, man. It's gonna be headed by Russia. It says, "I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And God doeth it. The Most High doeth it, that men should fear before Him." You see? Yep. See, now that even I am He, and there is no God with me. You see, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. You see, so the Lord is the Lord is not something you can deliver yourself from. Once He got you, it's over with, man. All right, let me see. There's one more on to get. Bathe in heaven, because that's that sword, man. The ultimate sword is the ultimate sword. I'll get it. The ultimate sword is the nuclear missile, man. You see, cruise missile is fired from Russian naval ship. There it is, man. The Russian military has successfully tested its Zircon missile, a hypersonic missile. It's a hypersonic nuclear weapon that's too fast to shoot out of the sky. Now, when I went into my first episode, it say right here, how SpaceX has just been hired to missile watch. But this say right here, too fast for U.S. anti-missile systems. You see, it tops the speed of 6,000 miles per hour, man. You see, the Russian military reported the fastest one I last was updated on was like 3,000 miles per hour. So this is the Zircon, man. It says the nuke is said to travel faster than the speed of sound, making it too quick for U.S. and U.K., which is the EU, anti-missile systems. You see? Speaking to Putin on a video call, said the test launch was carried out Tuesday from the Admiral Groshkov frigate. The missile successfully hit a target 280 miles away in the Barents Sea. It took just 270 seconds to get there. Woo! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Man, Putin praised the successful test as a big event for Russia. Yeah, because America going down, man. So that's that. You can look this up. You know, it's too fast. So this place, America's inevitably about to be nuked, man. Period. They say the deadly missile is the newest, because it's a new missile. This hasn't been around. It's a new missile. It says the newest, truly unparalleled weapon system in the world. And during the defense capability of our state, he said, Zircon missiles, also known as Turkscon, have been in development for over 20 years and are considered a key next step for Putin's arsenal. So look at that, man. Aren't that like a sword? Then this is what was seen, man. I think that's what's that? That's I think that's Salakia. I'm finna close out in a second. Say, let's see. Nah, that's, move from their place. Okay, 5. Second answer is 5, and 15, I believe, is one I want. 5 and 11. Damn. Let me see. Flying swords. I don't know, but that's pretty much it on it. I was trying to get the one that say Ezra he's seen flying. Was it knives? Damn, man. It's all good. So, moving on to my last article we're gonna cover. This is the important right here, man. It's Apple working on how to securely present electronic ID wirelessly. You see? Apple wants the iPhone to replace driver's license in any other form of ID. So it is working on technology to keep details. I can't see that. Let's see. Yeah, it's flying swords. I put it. You see how I put it in and come up though? But anywho, it says so it is working on. I think it was like second. I probably looked right over it as I always do. 5 and or it's 3. Second answer is 3 and I don't know. I ain't gonna worry about it no more. But anyway, so it says Apple wants the iPhone to replace driver's license and any other form of ID. So it is working on technology to keep details secure when authenticating holders' identity wirelessly. So this is interesting because you got this thing right now going on called the Real ID, but they haven't said anything about the deadline, which I've been thinking about. Interesting. I just been like, why haven't they said anything? Real ID, the deadline. I was telling people about this. you know, like 3 years ago, Real ID deadline. You can't fly without it. But it's so interesting now because you see Satan. Let me see. See October 1st, 20. Now it's 2021. You see, as of March 26, 2020, 52 states and territories are fully compliant with Real ID, and all states are on track to begin issuing compliant licenses and IDs by October 1st, 2021. So they extended it because it was supposed to be in 2020. It was supposed to be in 2020. But see, look, in this Homeland Security, woo, this powerful, man. This thing real, you know. Let's go into this a little bit. This will be the last one. So yeah, man. Let's see. All U.S. states non-compliant ahead of Real ID. See, this is updated. You see, all the U.S. states now compliant ahead of Real ID. So when are they? You see how it's conflicting? First, they want to. On it is gonna just say you're compliant. You have the Real ID. It's still gonna be a card. But now they got Apple coming out with this. You see, and I'm sure, and you know it makes so much sense because let's see. This is scripture. Scripture I'm gonna bring out real quick. This is Proverbs 19 and 21, and it reads. It says, "There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord that shall stand." You see, so. We read it on time. Proverbs 19 and 21. There are many devices in a man's heart, man's mind. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. Because ultimately, the Lord controls what man does, man. You see? Nope, that ain't it. Man 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? You know, that's you know, all throughout. Even Esau is in the hands of the so-called white man is in the hands of the Lord, man. It ain't nothing he gonna be able to do. Surely you're turning up things upside down. You know what I'm saying? You reversing things. First is this, and then you flipping it to be something completely different. You shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. You see? But yet they got all these. Oh, we want to have Real ID. It's gonna be actual card. Then it's gonna be October 2020. Now that we ain't heard about that. Now it's October 21st. It's completely the next year. And now they come with this in the mean between time. But then see, all that was put together before the pandemic. Pandemic was put together. You know, put out here. You see? And what is that? What is that channel? That channel, that whole get rid of everything handheld and make everything electronic, digital. Ultimately pointing towards what? The mark of the beast, man. You see? And that's what's written in the Lord's will. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? He made me not. Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? You see? 15 and 41. Khan, the water, brother. 15. Okay, so anyway, let me see. Back to what I was trying to say. That's it's just interesting, man. That's how all things point towards the mark of the beast, man. You know, they done flip this, which is still a still actual ID. You see, and they tell you on here everything that that comes with this. You see, on October 1st, 2020, less than 30 away, full enforcement of Real ID will take effect at all federal regulated airports, federal facilities, and nuclear power plants. You see, the department continues to urge Americans to obtain Real ID compliant card. See, it's still going to be a card. You see that? Or acceptable alternative such as a U.S. passport or passport card prior to prior to October 1st, 2021. Because once that time comes, you can't do anything. It says and it was passed by Congress all the way in 2005. You see that? Following a 9/11 commission recommendation. That's crazy. But anyway, let's see. Yep, you see? It also prohibits security standards include incorporating anti-counterfeiting technology, preventing insider fraud, and using documentary evidence and record checks to ensure a person is who he or she claims to be. It also prohibits federal agencies from accepting non-compliant licenses. So you ain't gonna be able to enter into a federal government building because they're gonna be enforced to only you got your ID? Can't even be service. And what's in federal courthouses, food stamps, etc. You see that? You can't you get a warrant because you can't enter into the damn the court office, the courthouse traffic. You know when they ask you for your damn just all these different things. You know, you can sit down on your own time and think about it. You know, but it's the federal agencies will be prohibited from accepting non-compliant licenses and identification cards for access to federal facilities. You see, for access to federal facilities, nuclear power plants, and commercial aircraft. Can I get your license? Oh, that's not a license anymore. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to tell you to leave. You see? Or they're going to stop you at the door. But see, with all this pandemic stuff going on, that's probably going to be done away with, man. They don't want to even touch cards no more. You see, these standards, but this is on the what? This is on Defense Homeland Security .government, man. You see? This is FEMA. All this is tied to FEMA. Let's see. These standards have significantly improved the reliability and accuracy of state-issued driver's license and identification cards. So that's pretty much it. You can go look this up on your own. That's what they're saying so far. You know, but here they came with this. You know, so that should just show you that Salakia. This should just show you that you know, Apple wants the iPhone to replace driver's license and any form of ID. So it is working on technology to keep details secure when authenticating the holder's identity wirelessly. You see, printed passports may become a thing of the past. You see, and we know that to be true according to the Father's will. This is a couple more scriptures, you know, close this out. This is let me see, Philippians 4 and 7. It's 4 and 5, Salakia. Nope, that ain't the one I want. 2 Peter 4 and 7. 1 Peter 4 and 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. You see? The end of all things is at hand. But be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So that's what we doing. We standing upon the watch. And we seeing, damn, the printed passports may become a thing of the past. Even Apple has said that the end of paper ID won't happen. But there's no question that it's coming. You see? Before we can get used to holding our Apple Watch over an airport security desk reader terminal, though we have to know it's safe. You see? So that got to be pointing towards your body being involved. And that leads you here, man. You see? It's all, see, the doctrine is completely sound, man. It lines completely up, you know? 13 and you know what? And I'm gonna get this too. This is Revelation 13 and 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. So this is Rome all over again. Rome was Greek, you know. They took all the Greek customs. That's why America's just an abominable beast, man. It's the Egyptian philosophy, you know, this Freemason crap and all this other stuff. You know, then you got fake Jews perverting the Lord's word. It says, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound, see, it died. Rome actually died and was healed, but they brought it back. You see, and he doeth great wonders. That's that technology. But anyway, verse 16, and he calls it all, both small by those laws, man, framing that mischief by law. It says, and he causeth all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. That's the thing they want to see if it's safe or not, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he. See, it sounds just like this. The whole ideology behind everything they doing is New World Order type thinking, man. Get away from this. You won't be able to do this no more. The turning of things upside down. All these devices and laws, and they're banning people for speaking out and knowledge, and it's crazy, man. You see, to receive a mark in their right hand or foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So we completely ahead. We just gotta keep watching and doing what we're supposed to do. So Lord willing, this has been edifying. I'm gonna give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, Wahakadash Wakah, Shalom.